begin with question 1. Question 1. Ernie wishes to invest 40,000 ringgit in a bank for 5 years. She has two options. Bank A, the interest rate is 3.5% compounded quarterly. Bank B, 4% compounded monthly. Which option should she choose for better financial return? In this question, we know it is used to compound interest. And so, to invest 40,000 ringgit is the P, 5 years is the T, which is for time, and Bank A is 3.5%, which is the interest rate, compounded quarterly means M is 4, and 4% in the Bank B, the interest rate, and compounded monthly, which means the M is 12. So, this is the formula of answer for question 1, which is S equivalent to P, bracket 1 plus I, with the power of N. N is the multiplication of M times T, and I is the division of K divided by M. S equivalent to P, bracket 1 plus I, power of N. So S for Bank A is 40,000 ringgit, P, which is the 40,000 ringgit, and with the bracket of 1 plus 0.035, we convert the 3.5%, which is 3.5 divided by 100, equivalent to 0.035 over 4, which means divide by 4. And then close the bracket, power over 20. 20 is the multiplication of 4 times 5. And so the answer is 47,000 ringgit 613.54 cents. This is for Bank A. Whereas Bank B, the P is 40,000 ringgit, K is 4%. K means interest rate. So K is 4%, M is 12, T is 5 years. So as usual, use the formula S equivalent to P, 40,000%, bracket of 1 plus 0.04 because of 4%, divide by 100, and then 0.04 over 12. 12 because of the M, which is compounded monthly. And with the power of 60. 60 is the multiplication of 12 times 5, M times T. And so the answer is 48,839 ringgit 86 cents. So from here we can see and compare with it, Bank B has more amount than Bank A. So Ernie should choose Bank B.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Patricia and I will show you guys how to solve question number 2. So question number 2 will be divided by 2 periods, which is the first period that I wrote as S5 and the second period that I wrote as S9. In order for us to find the second period, we would have to solve the first period. This is due to the fact that we have lack of information that helps us to solve and find this answer. So our first order of business is that we will have to find the P for the first period, which is S5. So here, as I stated and I wrote in my presentation, is that we will list the components that are missing and what we can work with for the time being. So here that what we don't have is S, we also do not have P, which is the initial value. But we do have K, which is 0.03, and the T is 5 years, and the compound is 4. So with that, we can use the basic formula, which is S equals to P, 1 plus I powered by N. By here, we can insert these components and it will become S equals to X, which is P, in this case, 1 plus 0.03 over 4 powered by 4 times 5. So if we press our calculators, we will get our new P, which is 1.161184142x. Here, you can realize that the numbers are very odd and we have an x. So our main mission here is to eliminate the x after we find the second period. So this new P is not the final answer and we will have to find the second period in order to eliminate the x and find the actual answer. So for now, our temporary face value, our temporary P, will be this number. So once we have found our first period of number, we will move on to the second timeline, which is the second period, or in other words, is S9. So for S9, we will use our initial value with the previous answer we have gotten, which is P equals to 161184142x. Our K will be 0.045, our T will be 4 years. And where have we accumulated this 4 years? Is that we subtract the 9 years, which is the whole term, and subtract it with 9. We subtract the 9 with number 5 from the first period. So if we subtract 9 and 5, we will get 4 years. So that is where we get our T and our term for the second period. And on the other hand, our M for the second period is also 6, and the S is 10,000, which is an information that is already given in the question. So here, we will also use the same basic formula for this question, which is S equals to P, 1 plus I over 1 plus I powered by N. So here, we can insert our given informations, which is 10,000 equals to 161184142x, 1 plus 0.043 over 6 powered by 6 times 4. Now, if we press our calculators, we will finally get the answer as RM 7198.10 cents.
Rudy deposited 16,000 ringgit in an account, 50% compounded every 3 months. After 3 years, the amount is 18,500 ringgit. Determine A, the total interest earned, B, the value of K. So you can see deposited 16,000 ringgit, which means the principal P. K%, which means the interest rate, compounded every 3 months, which means M is 4. After 3 years is the T, which is time. The amount is 18,500 ringgit. Amount is the S. Determine the total interest earned. To find total interest, you have to use the formula I equals to S minus P. S we know is the amount of 18,500 ringgit minus with the principal of 16,000 ringgit. Then the interest of your answer will get 2,500 ringgit. To find value of K or interest rate, which is the percentage, you need to use the formula of compound interest. S equals to P, bracket 1 plus I, power of N. So P is 16,000, K is question mark unknown, M is 4, and T is 3. So write S is 18,500 equals to 16,000. Then put the bracket of 1 plus k over 4 equals to power of n power of 12. And because of m times t. So you will get 4 times 3 equals to 12. So then you move the 16,000 to the left side and you will get 18,500 divided by 16,000 and get 1.15625. And the remaining of the right side becomes remain. So now you move the 12 to the left side again. And then instead of this 12, you put 1 over 12. So 1.15625 over 1 with the power of 1 over 12. Then you will get the answer of 1.0122. Actually, I take the 4 number decimals. The 4 number after decimals. So then you move the positive 1 to the left side, it becomes negative 1. Remain the k over 4. So now you will get 0.0122 and then the division of 4, you will move to the left side and it will become multiplication of 4. So 0.0122 times with 4 and it becomes k. So the answer for k is 0.0486. But we want interest rate. So you need to change the percentage times 100 and then you will get 4.87%. This is how you will find value of k.
Question 4, it says that Amir sold a commercial lot for 180,000 and used 60% of the amount as the down payment on his new semi-detached house, priced at 850,000. He then financed the remaining balance with a 30-year housing loan at 4.6% per annum, compounded monthly. This question has 4 small questions, which is A, B, C, and D. We'll go through this one by one. We'll go through question A first, which is to find the monthly payment. So monthly payment equals to R. So in that case, we have to use the formula A since the question is about loan. And the question already provides us with information, which is the cash price is 850,000. The down payment is 180,000 times by 60% equals to 108,000. The balance will be 850,000 minus 108,000 equals to 742,000, which is the A. And the T is 30 years, K 4.6%, and M is 12. So in question A, we'll use the formula A, and we'll have to replace the information that we have into the formula. After we calculate in the calculator, we'll get the R, which is 3,803 and 82 cents. And for question B, it says to find the interest charge. Interest charge is, since we use the formula in question A, we use the A formula. Then for question B, we'll have to use the interest charge formula for the A. So it will be I equal to NR minus 1. And we'll replace the information that we have into the formula again. That equals to 1,295,175 and 2 cents. For question C, it says that immediately after paying the 280th payment, he decided to settle the balance of the loan, find the balance. So here the question said that after he pays 280th payment, which means we have to know the remaining months that we'll have to pay. So for us to know the total months that we'll have to pay is by 30 times 12, which is 360, and minus by 288, because we already paid 288, and we have to know the remaining months that we'll have to pay, which is 72. Then we use the formula A, because it is an early settlement. Since it is an early settlement of loan, we'll have to use the formula A, and just like before, we'll replace the information that we have into the formula. And after we calculate, we'll get 238,932 and 73 cents. Then for question D, it says that if he fails to pay the first 5 monthly payments, find the amount he has to pay on the 6th payment in order to settle the outstanding areas. So if it is an missed payment, we'll have to use the formula S, and we'll have to know our new N. The new N would be 6, because the questions want to know the amount he has to pay on the 6th payment in order to settle the outstanding areas. And as we know, N is equals to number of payments. So our new N is 6, and we'll use the formula S. And just like before, we'll replace the information that we have into the formula. And after we calculate in the calculator, we'll get 23,042 and 96 cents.
The question 5 asks us to find the exact time for Chong to fully repay his loan. So the first thing we need to do is to find the down payment and the balance first. Since the discount, the compound, and the total amount he need to pay every month been given, we can just use all this information to fill the formula. As we can see, after we fill the formula, we can finally get this equation, and we can see what thing we need to solve to get the answer. So the first thing we need to do is to drag this 488 beside here, so it will be divided by 6,149 ringgit 50 cent. Not only that, the number instead the bracket and here too will be changed, because it will be made as more easier to solve the problem. After that, the number here will be dragged here, and it will be equal to this number. After we solve in this part, we can finally get the answer, and it will be minus with 1. And the answer will be negative 0.855220228 equal to negative 1.004375 with negative 12t as its power. Okay, since we can see it's both side is negative, we can just cancel it.
Tapi dia jelas jujur apa adanya. Aku lagi kenal dia.
Okay, after that we will drag this log 1.004375 here, and it will be get divided by log 0.855220228. Okay, after we divide it, we can get the answer negative 35.825866071 equal to negative 12t. So the negative 12 will be divided here, and we get that t is 2.985, and it will become 3, and the answer for this question will be 3 years.